All right, guys. Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. We're doing a not really impromptu, sort of impromptu. Um, it is impromptu, a live stream, and I'm going to do it in such a way that if I'm going to interact with everybody in the stream, but I'm going to do it in such a way that people are watching it after the fact and won't feel like I'm a lunatic. At least I'll kind of let you know what the questions are and the comments are. There is my girl, Chili Mama Bird, first in the stream. Thank you so much for joining me. Dizzy Dragon, good to see you. Barella, man, that little bust beside your name looks so good. Thank you, brother. Dark Witness 94, thanks for being here. Mr. Wolf. Heather Joy, a.k.a. Heather Joy, hi again. A lot of us just came over from the lifeboat. James Cameron, good to see you. Lord Kiss Freak, good to see you. Long time no see, exactly. It's the Costanza. It's a spicy live stream. Yeah, it is. I love you too, Bree. More than you know. Hi, Richard Payne. Hi, Getting Lit. There you go. Mr. Dan A. Holland. Drew V. Look at all those buses in the chat. Good to see you, Charlie Mullins. All right, guys. So look, I'm just gonna do. It's not gonna be an hour long. I'm just gonna do a kind of a short little stream. Burn a little bit with you guys. I have some tincture. The first one I'm gonna do is, you know what? Do the other one first. First one is from just one of the greatest guys. I'm so glad my path crossed his. It was supposed to. Tom Broom. Seriously hot tincture. This is his. Some of you guys have had this too, because I know a lot of you guys have. Patrick Wolf probably. Patrick Wolf. I bet you've had this. Tell me if you have, Patrick. You were the one I was thinking of when I said some of you guys have had this. I swear to you, you're the one I was thinking of. This is his orange tincture, vintage 9-month. But it's made with California Reapers, not Carolina Reapers. Have you tried that? I figured you would have bought some of that. This is great. There you go. Wow, you know what? That is so orange. Wow, it tastes good. All right, so if anybody has any questions, fire them away and we'll answer them. Annie Paul, morning, evening bus driver, and Peeps, UK, watching. Gotta love that. If you're in a different country, oh, look at that. AKA Heather Joy, just got her bus pass. Thank you so much. Hey, for those interested, the bus pass, there are, you know, it's really funny. When I said I was going to do it, I said it would be 9 videos a month is what I said. That's kind of what I said you could expect. There's 13, I think, and the first month isn't up yet. And in there are 2 prep videos. There's several aftermath videos, which I don't post. So won't be disappointed. Oh, I'm also doing a series that continues every Friday. It's kind of my story, how I got here. So, if you're interested, hit that button, that tab that says join. And that's burning. Tastes like burning. It doesn't taste like burning. It tastes delicious, actually. We have 61 people joining us right now. It's very, very cool. What got me into spicy foods? Litos asks. It's a question I've been asked a lot, and I never mind answering it, ever. You haven't heard the answer, Litos. My dad got me into it. Papa Scoville, my dad. He was under promise, over deliver. You got that right, Mr. Wolf. My dad, you know, he was just my hero. From the first time, my first memory of him until the very last one. He taught me, the last phone call I had with him, he taught me stuff. You wouldn't believe it. But I just wanted to be like my dad. And he was eating pepperoncini one day, Litos. And I said, I want one. He said, no, you don't want one. You won't like it. I said, I want one. He said, you won't like it, you won't like it. And I just hounded it and finally said, here, go ahead. And I liked it. That just started it, and ever since then, man, just spice has just been a real thing for me. I was the kid that every time we went out to dinner, I was like, you make it extra hot? Drove my parents crazy because it was never good enough that it was supposed to be hot. I always asked for extra because even when I was just like that big, places that offer hot stuff, their hottest was never hot enough. Oh man, Sip Chomper, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. More than you know. Thank you. Let's see, hang on a second. You know, it's really funny. I've gotten good now because I've done 7 years now. This October will be 7 years. But I read questions and I read names up here before I say them. I have some funny stories about that. But Richard Payne, I've read this one. Do you know when the next David and Goliath may happen? Other than the spicy videos, of course. One of my favorites was the Hakarl you guys tried. Yeah, you know, the Hakarl was really bad. I don't know when the next David and Goliath is. We'll try to put one together. He's such a great guy. What was that? Oh, thank you so much, Sid. Sip. Oh, Sip again? No, don't do that. Dude, listen. Hey, didn't you already do that? I think you already did that once. Don't do that again, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's not why we're here. I'm not here so you guys make donations. Honestly, I'm here so we can just kind of talk and hang out. Don't do that. But thank you so much. Okay, Mr. Dan A. Holland, growing some super hots. What's a good product like an 8 or 9 out of 10 to raise my capsaicin tolerance? It's a great question. You know, here's everybody asks me all the time, how can you raise your tolerance? Eat hotter and more of it. Just hotter, whatever you got, hotter and more of it. So some people are stuck in places where they don't have the availability of super hots. So, if all you got is habaneros, eat a lot of them. So, but if you want something at an 8 or 9, it's really subjective. It depends on what you're comfortable with now, Dan. So if you're comfortable with, like, let's say habaneros are good for you, work up to this next season, try to get to the point where ghosts are comfortable, and from ghost move to, and here's what I did. I went straight, just so you know, I went straight from habanero to ghost because that's what was available to me, and then ghost to reaper. And I ate the whole pod, but you don't have to do that. Hey, Tommy, brother, good to see you. You don't have to eat the whole pod. You can just take a sliver of it. Okay? Eat more and hotter. So as far as again, it goes back to what pods are hot for you now. I don't see what the answer to that is, but Lord Kiss Freak, I made a video eating a pepperoncini on or a Papa Scoville a while back. Bro, that touches me. You have no idea. Thank you. You know, one of the greatest things I ever did, probably the smartest thing I ever did, was make videos with my dad. I think it really kept him going for longer, but it gave me, man, there's a lot of videos. Probably 50 or 60 videos that we've done. I can't bring myself to watch them. I've seen, it was really funny the other day. Someone was asking me something about We Are the Champions. So we're on Netflix, and I just typed it in, and I clicked on it. And I swear this is the truth. I clicked on it. It was right the scene where my dad was. And I wasn't going there to see that. I was going there just to watch the thing. But I clicked on it, and that's where it was. And I hadn't seen a video of my dad since he died. And couldn't watch it. But I know that one day I will, and one day I'll be so happy. I mean, right now I'm really happy I made those. They were fun, and he really liked doing it, but yeah. Great question from Daniel Suarez. Hello from Austin, Texas. Hi, Daniel. You still going to sell the habanero bacon cheese puffs? I can't wait. Yes. Before I don't want to, I'll come back to the cheese balls. Everybody say happy birthday to Brie. It was 2 days ago. It was actually yesterday in America, but 20th in Australia. We're a day different. But say happy birthday to her. The cheese balls, yes, we're doing the bacon habanero cheese balls. The reason we haven't yet, let me tell you why. If you knew how many different iterations we've done of the cheese balls, and I mean the first time we did it, I was like, I like it. 2 days later, 3 or 4 bags of different companies' bacon powder arrive. And so he makes more. And I'm like, we got some bacon, some powder last Thursday. It came into, was it Thursday? Doesn't matter. It was last week sometime. And I'm telling you, this just tastes like bacon. Like, here's the problem. Some of the stuff we had, it tasted good, and it was bacon. But have you ever had like the bacon bits that you put on salad that is clearly just soy? It's not a bacon. It's no pork, and it tastes like bacon, but it has that artificial flavor that it's artificial bacon. That's what these were, and this new bacon is incredible. He made a batch of it. I was like, stop! Don't touch it anymore. It's perfect. So we've got it. We'll be selling it soon. So I don't know how quickly, but soon. Hi, good to see you, Bobby. Thank you for joining us, dude. Craig Cook, can superhouse be grown in greenhouses during winter months? Outdoor growing season is short here in Wisconsin. Do you know what? I'm an expert at eating those things. I've never grown them, so I don't know. I would have to assume that it depends on the size of your operation, but yeah, I think you could probably do a greenhouse or indoor. You can grow indoors, so I think you probably could do that. I would urge you to try. That'd be cool. Chad Matthews, good to see you, Chad. Bust looking snazzy by your name there, dude. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for all the happy birthday wishes for Bree. It's my girl. These bacon cheese balls are really, really good. I mean, they are, it's really funny. Each time we've had a new one, I'm like, these are my favorite. But I'm telling you, these are my favorite. Uh-oh, Chili Mombird says, Surstroming, Johnny versus Tommy. Oh, yeah. Tommy, still on the stream, brother? You guys, listen, there's 74 people in the stream right now. Some of you may not be aware that Tommy, my brother, is the channel. He's not here, so we can talk about him. Yeah, we're gonna. Oh, hey, hi, brother. Anyway, he's still here. He has a channel, The Lifeboat, which is amazing. It's a channel about addiction, recovery, victory over addiction, and living a happy, your best life. It's very cool. A while back, I don't remember when we did it. A while back, Tommy and I did a strumming challenge in Reno, and it was, look, I knew what I was getting myself into. I'd done it several times. You guys have seen me. I did it you've seen all the times I did it with College Boy and Big Al, and all the stupid things we did, the different ways, blending it and everything else. So I knew what I was getting myself into. Tommy did not. I laughed. Tommy said it's a bad idea. I don't think so. I laughed, so I was laughing more. I can't tell you how much I enjoyed it. That was the funniest video to make. Oh, it was hysterical. Wendy Love, finally caught you live. Proud bus rider. Wendy, thank you for being here. I see all your comments. Thank you so much. Justin Courier Parker grew 80 peppers in Wisconsin last year. Naga Orange were my favorites. A gray pepper. The mayor just hopped on the bus. How cool is that? Thank you. Appreciate that. Guys, there's something else some of you guys may not be aware of. There's a playlist. Some people never click on that. It's it's almost, a doctor probably needs to sit me down. There's 4,300 videos in there, and they're all over the place. There's different categories, and sometimes if you get into a thing, you want to watch a certain type of video, it's easier to watch what you're looking for. And one of them is even a thing for my fails. Oh, I got to update that one. But my hardest videos. DizXS says being sober has made you taste great. Made food taste great. That wasn't that big of a problem. Not drinking, it wasn't a big problem. What? This is going to sound crazy. I'm being very honest with you. One of the most significant things that I was aware of, have you ever everybody's done this before. You walk into a room and you're like, no world did I walk in here before? That does not happen to me now. Period. And it used to happen to me a lot. And I thought that was just me getting old. And I don't drink anymore. It doesn't happen. So I have to believe there's a correlation there. So you know, Brie can supply the Vegemite, which I know Tommy is a wicked fan of. This guy loves Vegemite. I really do. Tommy hates Vegemite. So then Tommy says, how about tacos instead? No, tacos wouldn't be. Well, I'll tell you what, you want to do a surströmming taco? That could be hilarious. Buddha Davis, good to see you, man. Loving that bust by your name. Hey, that's a great idea. Surströmming tacos. Brilliant. Tommy, done. You heard it. That's it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We're going to do Vegemite surströmming tacos. If you think I'm kidding, I'm not. I have a bunch of Vegemite too. Vegemite's great. You know what I do with Vegemite sometimes? I made spaghetti this past weekend. And when I'm making the spaghetti sauce, take a teaspoon of Vegemite, mix it in the sauce. Oh, incredible. Vegemite's great. Hey, listen, if you guys think that's a good idea for me and Tommy to do a Vegemite surströmming taco challenge, that's a lunch. That's not even a challenge. That's a delicacy. If you guys think that would be a good idea, let me know. Jeremy Bell, good to see you, dude. Jeff Coy, my man, with some pupa on top. Boy, that was foul. I forgot about that stuff. Scooby the budding queen. Good to see you. Drew V, my man, with the bus. Good to see you, dude. Tommy gets to open the can. Oh, I think I opened it. I don't remember. Did I open it? I think we flipped a coin or something. I don't remember how it happened, but I just remember laughing so hard that every once in a while I go back and watch it, but it's just way too funny. He had trouble with that. Oh, I want to do that again so bad. I really do. The durian, see, I like durian, Brie. Some of you know, it's really funny. Here's the thing about it. They say it's the grossest smelling thing in the world. I've had it fresh, and I've had durian frozen. I had durian candy and durian and hot sauce and everything else. As somebody who likes Limburger. Ask somebody who likes Limburger cheese if they think it smells gross. They'll be like, no, they want to smell it. They're like, if you like Limburger cheese, you like the way that smells. It's the same sort of thing. Mean it. I totally lost where I was going with that, but short train, people, short bus. Oh, the durian. Getting back to the thank you. I love durian. I love the way it smelled. Loved it. Loved the way it tasted. I thought it was amazing. I mean, I don't know what people are griping about. I don't understand why people think it's so gross. I really don't. Patrick Wolf. You know what? You and I are a lot alike, Patrick, in a lot of ways. I think Limburger. My dad, see, that's another. Tommy's here. He'll tell you that's another Papa Scoville thing. Papa Scoville loved Limburger. Now, I will tell you this, though. First time I ever smelled Limburger, didn't like it. Tommy's here. He'll tell you what I said. It's a family story they told for decades. I don't want to steal his punchline if he's watching. He'll tell you. Hey, Eric, good to see you. He's lying. You're no good, Tommy. Said it smelled like a foot. I was a little kid, but now I love Limburger. Here's the problem with Limburger. It's very hard to find. I've ordered a few times from Wisconsin, had them sent it to my house because you can't get it in stores anywhere. It smells like a foot. There you go. Thank you, Tommy. Angela Murphy, off topic, what do you take for coughing? I have asthma, so this is what I take for coughing. As I cough. It comes and goes. The other day I was on the phone with my brother. True story. He'll verify it. We were on the phone talking, and you know, I connect with it really. I laughed like I haven't laughed in a long time. I laughed so hard it kind of spurred an asthma attack. So it comes and goes. Sometimes I go months. Like I've had this one for a long time. Sometimes I'll go through one in 2 weeks. It just comes and goes. Man, I'd love to take a run at that name, but I'd butcher it. But every time I go to the restaurant, they think I'm crazy because they ask for a lot of hotness. There's a whole bunch of people here watching that can relate to that. Yeah, I do too. I've go to places where they're like, I remember when I went to eat, well, every place has a hot thing. I've been to like wing places and they give you a warning. They're like, oh, I can handle it. But they got to do it. You know, I'm behind booths, right, at shows, and I got two Terry peanuts, and someone will walk up and say, I can handle it. They may be able to, but I'm like, well, whatever. You know, it's the same thing. I want to make sure that I don't want to hurt anybody. Jeremy, Limburger really is the most pungent cheese. It's a very soft white cheese, and it is not white, creamy looking, and it is the steakiest thing. But man, it is so good. I love the smell. I love everything about Limburger. Scooby the Bunny Queen. My dad thought it smelled like a fart. My dad ate Limburger plain. Yeah, I've done that before. The best way to do it is on a cracker with a slice of onion. Yankee Kyle, your brother has asthma too. Yeah, I've had it since I was a kid. Want to hear a true story? I'm with Tommy in Utah. We're running around Utah with a bunch of friends. There was like maybe half a dozen guys. We were all working together. You remember this, Tommy? I don't know if I'll get a not. Remember not? Maybe not remember this, but I had never been to Utah before, and I'm telling you, if you've never been to Utah, I don't know. With me with asthma, I was going there at a time where my asthma was bad, and I got off the plane and forgot I didn't realize I left my inhaler at home, which was really bad going to Salt Lake because it's already at 5,000 feet, right? So I'm hanging out with them. We're driving up Seven Sisters Road, Seven Corners. It was like this. It's crazy steep. And I remember telling him, I don't know if you remember this, I remember telling him to pull over. The altitude is with every foot he climbs, I'm dying. If we climb one more foot, I'm going to expire. I'm like a trout on the deck. I made them turn the car around. But that night, we went somewhere, and I don't know where it was. We walked in. We were there looking for somebody. We're walking out, and I see a white inhaler sitting on an empty table. Nobody's sitting there. Everybody's gone. I looked at my brother. I walked over. I picked up and looked at it. It was one of those that had the number count on the back, and it was brand new. I waited at the table for about 3 seconds and walked out of there. It was like, it saved my life. Do you remember that? It was crazy. Saved me. But that was crazy. I don't know what I would have done. So yeah, and then sometimes it'll go away forever. Steve Smallwood, dude, I'll tell you what. I don't know where your comments go. You know who Steve Smallwood is, you guys? You should. If you call yourself a chili head, you should. Steve Smallwood, the machine. No joke. Before I knew who Steve Smallwood was, so far before he knew who I was watching him in videos. No lie. Let me tell you a little bit about Steve Smallwood. Most people, you know what I'm known for? I can eat a lot of peppers and maintain my composure, right? Let me tell you about Steve Smallwood. You know why they call him a machine? Dude is a machine. He would sit there, and I remember the first time I watched him on a video eat Reapers. He ate 3 Colorado Reapers. It was a contest in a minute. They were gone so fast. He didn't blink an eye. I remember sitting there just going, wow. He was just the guy. Anybody who looks at him watching me peppers, you kind of say to yourself, dude's a machine. You got to check out Steve Smallwood. No joke. Invader Grimm got my first endorphin rush from a freaking habanero. It was so great. So I tried again the next day. My body betrayed me and left me in pain on the couch. Your tolerances with peppers rise pretty quickly, you know. If you do something on one day and you try to do the same thing the next, it probably won't work. Invader Grimm, thank you so much for that $5, man. I appreciate it. How great is your first endorphin rush from peppers? Holy moly, it's the coolest experience. Really is. I love that. Justin Courier Parker. I did the Buffalo Wild Wing Challenge in 4 minutes and 2 seconds, and I'm so proud of it. Gave my boy the ice cream I won. Meal is free. That's the great thing about these challenges. You just said something important in your comment. You did it in 4 minutes and 2 seconds. I said this in a video yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. On challenges that you do, time is not your hombre. I'm telling you that. It is not your friend. Seriously, time is the shorter you can put that challenge in your gullet, the faster you're going to be. If you try to stretch it out thinking you can, I got plenty of time, that is not going to work for you. It just isn't. But great job, Justin. That's awesome, man. Joseph Gambach growing chocolate primatalis this year. The hottest pepper I ate this season was a chocolate primatali, you guys. Oh no, was it a red or chocolate? It was a red one. But I think the year before was a chocolate. The hottest pepper in the world is a primatali. Whether it's a chocolate or a red one, it doesn't much matter. Guys, I'm going to end this video for the camera because the battery's dying, but we're going to stay live on the stream, so stay right here, all right? Guys, I'm going to wrap this thing up, but we're going to stay live. If you want to catch live, we're going to do this a lot more often. But in the description box, you'll see all the normal stuff. Who loves you? Ha! I'm Johnny Scoville. This was Chase the Heat. Let's talk about them since they're not here anymore. Oh, I'm sorry. It's still you. Now I can't see. I'm seeing spots. Fider, $2. Thank you so much. Oh, I am the noise operator here from the lifeboat. Dude, thank you so much. Unbelievable. Thank you. Very kind of you. Don't do that though, you guys. Seriously, I'm not here to. I didn't, do the live stream for you guys to make the. I just wanted to. Oh, you know what? Let's go back to the tincture. What did I do for orange? Let's do some lemon tincture. Keith Simon, good to see me live. Well, I'm glad to see you. Good to hear you too. I can't hear you, but good to read your words. Wow. Nicholas Scuder. Endorphin rushes are some of the most purest ways for pain management. Boy, you got that right. You know the thing about that? It's not just immediate. If I do, like I have chronic back pain. I broke my back, I had a bunch of surgeries. If I eat a bunch of peppers in the morning, long after the initial euphoric feeling where the rushing through your body, long after that's gone, the pain relief will stretch literally all day long. I mean, it really, really will. I did a video a while back where I was talking about some of the health benefits of capsaicin, and I said, if you're somebody who's used capsaicin for pain management and it's been successful for you, please do me a favor, go to the comment section, say something so other people know. You wouldn't believe how many people. One person said that they were taking 2 bottles of, going through an entire bottle, or 2 bottles a week of NSAID, and they cut them literally in half. Just from eating 2 jalapenos and a jalapeno and a habanero every day. So it really, really does help. Well, you don't think it makes sense too, because if you get cream, like I saw over there, muscle rubs, it's got capsaicin in it. It's the same thing. Johnny text. I was ignoring my texts, and they were from Tommy. You know what, Tommy? I don't like you. I never did, really. Oh, you see, that happened. A great comment happened right as I was leaning forward to turn this thing off, and the light was in my face, so I came back. I couldn't see for a second. I'm seeing a bunch of great comments I didn't see. Steve Smallwood, you're welcome. It's the truth. You're a machine. But Chris K, I gave you guys a shout-out, I think, on one of our videos. But anyway, Johnny, my 12-year-old son, getting on the bus. I don't do hot stuff, but love the hardcore horse rides. He thought He was big time, mowing down jalapenos till he tried pure horseradish. Well, let me ask you this, Chris K's son. Have you, or 12-year-old, I don't know if it's your son. I assume son. Yeah, son. Have you tried nasal napalm yet? Since you happen to be a connoisseur of horseradish, I have to ask you. Because let me tell you, if you have not, nasal napalm is a product sold at the Pepper Palace. All I can say is, it says it's the hottest horseradish. It's not hot at all. There's no heat in horseradish. It's a radish. It's like wasabi. It wants to steal your breath. It wants you to stop breathing so bad. You open your mouth, it just sucks all the air out of you, and you find yourself coughing. I told college boy, we made a video in Pepper Palace. It's on video. I told him, I said, breathe in when you put that in your mouth. I told him to do that. Oh, it was like picking on a younger brother. I can't believe he did it. But he ended up coughing his head off. It was a very funny video. Anyway, let me know if you've had the stuff in the Pepper Palace. I gotta refresh the chat. Let me do that. Because I know I'm missing stuff. Looking for Chris K's response. I haven't seen it. Chili Viking, I hope you're still here. I love you, woman. Nasal napalm with Vegemite. Joel Lawson, they're actually looking at using capsaicin for surgeries because it can target pain receptors. You know, one of the most important things capsaicin has done for me? I mean it. I've always had a pretty strong, hey, who's that? Kuhn Foley just got on the bus. How cool is that? What it's done is it's changed my relationship drastically with pain. Thank you, Brie. So it changed my relationship with pain dramatically. I went to a I was at a pain management clinic, and where I was taking just the most absurd amounts of drugs you can't imagine. You spelled legend there wrong, Chief. But I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not a legend. Bree's birthday is the 20th, yeah. My other daughter, one of my daughters is tomorrow, the one that just had back surgery. 21st birthday. Whew, it's a mind bender. Okay, we're going to wind it up a little bit. We'll do a few more questions if anybody has any. Travis, ever since eating plant-based and ditching most junk, I've had very minimal pain. Eat that meat, though. No, I hear what you're saying, Travis. You know, I mean, I can tell you this. As I get older, I know that if I eat a steak, it takes me 3 days to digest it. It's not good. So I don't eat red meat that much. I'm very rarely ever do I eat red meat. Dude, Tommy, my brother Tommy's son Spanx turned 31 today. That is such a mind bender. You blew me away when you said that today, Tommy. I held him, he was this big. No joke. So, I mean, wow, 31. That's crazy. Natasha Leland. Hope you're doing well, Johnny. I am. Thank you, Natasha. Hope you are too. You got my husband into the spice world and has easily become one of his new passions. Keep heating it up, man. That's very cool, Natasha. Thank you. Tell your husband I said hi. Tell him to keep chasing it. Plant-based, you know, here's the deal. Let me tell you the truth about plant-based. I dated a doctor who was a vegetarian. We joked about it. I cheated on her all the time. Not like with a different woman. When I was dating her, I see her a lot. So I for 2 years, I was like a vegetarian. Every time I was with her, I just never ate meat. And I'd be hanging out at her house. I'm like, What do you need? You need some ice cream, you need something. I come back, she's like, you smell like a hamburger. I needed meat. I don't know. I mean, and I know they say you can get protein from beans or cheese or whatever. I don't know. Maybe I convinced myself of that. But there were times where I felt like I was dying for a steak or something, you know? Maddie Q, shut up. Can't wait to have you in Australia. Very cool to see you, Maddie. I will be there. I'll give everybody here an update on what's happening. I was going to be turning the paperwork in again, the third time around, and shot down twice. Make sure everybody understands this. I qualify to go there. It's because I did have a DWI, I have an asterisk by my name, and because that lands on a person's desk, it's a subjective thing, and I've been shot down twice. But I do qualify. I have some stuff in my corner this time. So we're going to be submitting the paperwork again, but I can't until we're done filming something. And in like 2 weeks, we resume filming, and we're filming the end of season 1. And as soon as that happens, I'll submit the paperwork, because at that point, I'm going to have a letter from the producer that we may be shooting season 2 in Australia, and that's going to make it a lot easier for me to get there. So I will be there. I can't wait. I really, really can't wait. It's been 3 years, people. Do you guys know something? I have not trimmed this since the day I fell in love with Brie. Do you guys know that? A lot of you guys probably don't know that. I don't know, Jim. Well, that's what my favorite Pantera song is. There's so many on Cowboys from Hell. I don't even know. I wouldn't even know where to begin. Honestly, I love Pantera. Let me think about that. But this is almost down to my belly button. It's crazy how long it is. And I've told her I want to cut it. He likes it. I want to trim this stuff because I'm starting to look like alley-oop. He likes it. So he gets it. You know what's going to happen? I'm going to get there, and then she can trim it if she wants. But it's long. I mean, it's really, really long. It's crazy. So good to see you guys here. I really appreciate you guys stopping in. Fighter, I didn't mean to thank you again for your donation, but the name I had to look at. I felt like a monkey doing a math problem there. Look at your name, figure out how to pronounce it. It's really funny. One of the I went about 8 months without doing any live streams. Cyrock. Shut up. Cyrock's here. Dig Cyrock. Good to see you, bro. Hope you're rocking, man. But I was doing a live stream, and it was a coordinated attack. There were about 15 people in the stream that just started just attacking me, and I can't even talk about it because of the nature of what it was, but I ended up getting off and deleting that video. I'm like, I'm not going live for a while. It is what it is. So. But because of that, I read names and read what people say here before uttering it there because of that video. Nicholas says, Pantera is legit my favorite band. I have a whole sleeve on my arm dedicated to that band. Yeah, some reunion shows come out. Yeah, you know what people are giving about the reunion show? I've watched a bunch of stuff and listened to a bunch of stuff, and they're giving it's not some of the criticism we're getting is not fair at all. It's not Pantera. It's a tribute. It's like going out without Jerry Garcia. It's not really a Dead. It's a band paying tribute to the Grateful Dead with most of the members, but without the commander. You know what I mean? So I think they're taking a lot of heat. But band taken. The video you were so close to Panic years ago. Such a funny video. I've seen it so many times. Do you know that video is 2,000 views away from its 1 millionth view? You guys know that? I've never had a viral video. You know, that's the #1 video that I've made. I never would have thought that, but for some reason it is. But it has 998,000 views right now. And the way it's doing views, in about 2 weeks, I'm going to hit the 1 millionth view. And somewhere here, I have a duplicate of that challenge. I have it, I don't know where they are. Same tincture. So I'm going to duplicate that challenge, believe it or not. Free Thinker Horizon. I love heat, but I keep panicking. Any help? Sure, Free Thinker. What a great question. You know what's really interesting? Let me just tell you how I approached it. If you can kind of try to take this mindset or this approach and kind of like a Lego, stick it in there and kind of have this mindset when you go into the next one, it may help. But Free Thinker, this is the way I look at it. With me anyway, real panic only comes when you're experiencing something you never experienced before. It's hotter than you've ever experienced, and it's continuing to get higher. And then you're thinking to yourself, where is this going to stop? That's when panic ensues. Now, you recover from it. You come down, you walk around, you're like, holy crap, we can laugh about it now. It's one of those kind of situations. The next time you eat something hot, I want you, here's where the Lego comes in. You didn't die from it. It's not going to kill you. That's why it's really changed my approach to pain. I mean, it's gotten to the point where it's not something I don't mind. It's something I seek out. I know that sounds really scary. First time my mom heard me say that, it kind of scared her a little bit. But if you can understand that, think of it this way. It's a path you've already walked down. You know it may get ugly, but you know it's not going to kill you. You know, just prep well and have something there to put the flame, to combat some of the flame if you need it. Like, I've never done that ever in the 4,000 videos. I've never had a relief in a glass next to me. Well, that's not true. In a few of the early videos, I used some juice to get some pods down, some dry pods down. But other than that, nobody's ever seen me drink milk in a video ever. In fact, the one time I was offered milk, I turned it away. If you guys ever saw that, it was the first time I competed against the UK Chili Queen. It was the very end of the contest. I lost. I looked down and there was milk, and I went to grab it. I was like, nah, it's milk. I don't drink milk. You know, I drink milk and coffee and in my cereal. That's it. Okay, we are almost done, you guys. We'll just do a couple more minutes, then we'll wrap it up. I still can't believe Dimebag is dead, let alone his brother. I still can't believe it. You know, the fact that, you know, it's sort of ridiculous. When his anniversary comes up, I'm like, I still can't get my head around the fact that it happened at all. Can I suggest a great hot sauce for tacos? Ed Crusher 78666. I'm going to do something now I've never done. Have I ever done this? No, I've never done this. This is shameful. Yeah, Chase the Heat 2, CTH2 from my hot sauce company, is a absolutely spectacular hot sauce. I promise you this. It's habanero street sauce. It's not crazy hot. People say it's like a 5 or 6 on a chili head scale, but it's fantastic on tacos. It's a great taco sauce. I feel almost guilty for plugging my own company, but honest to God, it's a great sauce. I hope you guys don't mind that I did that. I almost feel ashamed. I'm already over it, though, ironically enough. Free Thinker, I really appreciate your help. I love your strong mindset. It's very impressive. Thank you. Yeah, Jeff, he's not dead. He's just not with us anymore. It's a good way to look at it. Drew, Johnny, why do we ever get away from doing Tincture Tuesday? Email me. Actually, I owe you an email. All right? I will do that. That's email thing, but I will definitely address that with you. Okay, Brad J, this is an important question. I'm pretty new to the pepper munching. I now chomp habaneros without issue. What would you recommend for my next level up? Brad J, I was once in the exact same spot that you were in right now, and I went straight from there to ghost peppers. Now understand, remember the jump from habanero, excuse me, from jalapeno to habanero. You're like, whoa, like significant jump from a jalapeno to a habanero. The jump from a habanero to a real ghost pepper is more significant. It's going to catch your attention big time. So, I just ate the whole pepper, but you don't need to do that. She. What you can do is just take it and just cut a sliver off it. You know what I mean? That's a great way to do it. So, the reason that's a good thing is ghost peppers are such a great pepper. It has a great burn that you can count on. It's so predictable. It starts slow. What did it say? More guitar. It starts slow and slowly creeps up. It goes like this, and then comes down the same way. Where if you have a primatale, burns like this. It's a violent ascent. It's just horrific. More guitar. I was playing right before we started, but I'm not going to play right now. Sorry. But ghost peppers are great. One of my favorites to this day. It'll always be one of my favorites. It's just a great pepper. I'd rather have a ghost pepper any day over a Reaper. Any day. The flavor is so much better. It's the truth. Pamela Swan. Wow. Good to see you, Pamela Swan. Thank you for stopping by. Go for it, Brad. You got it. Make a video. Let me see it. Loop Swell. Any recommendation for tasty super hot wings? Wing for unlifing yourself sauce. The super hot wings. Well, it depends. Do you want natural hot, or do you want to throw some? Do you mind extract? Because Loop Swell, if you don't mind extract, get Doomed from Hellfire Hot Sauce. It is 2.6 million Scoville heat units. For real. It's the only sauce I've ever seen that has the heat rating on the bottle. Believe it. It's super, super hot. And the flavor, you don't want to overdo it, or the way I've always been is if I can smell the extract in it, I'm going to be able to taste it. And if I can taste it, I'm not going to like it. So typically, if I can smell the extract, I'm not going to like the sauce. I could smell the extract in that sauce, and I could taste it too. But it was like they went so close to the line of what is okay and what's not. I mean, a razor fine line, and it's a good sauce. Mr. Wolf, is there a pepper that cramps you more than any others? Anything with scorpions in it cramps the crap out of them if I don't prep well. No, not really. Like in the beginning of the pepper season, where I haven't really been eating a whole lot of pods, like one Reaper will give me discomfort for 20 minutes. You know what I mean? But by the end of the pod season, I can eat 10 Reapers and be fine, and then go out and play or whatever, So it's not. I don't know. I know. You know what? I know a guy in the UK and a guy in Australia actually who have real significant problems with scorpions. So maybe it's a scorpion thing. Who knows? Isa 87. Other than your own, which is your favorite chocolate bar from Lily Pete's? I'd say Pink Mist. I wish they'd make that challenge version of it. Boy, I would too. Mine's not my favorite. What's the raspberry one they have? I can't remember the name of it. It's a challenge. I can't remember the name of it. Believe it or not, I have 2 little squares of it over there. But it's really, really good. I get them sometimes just to snack on. Drew V, what a spectacular question that is. I have to answer it. When I get to Australia and start the garden, what's the first pepper plant? Killer yellow. Boy, you know what? That wouldn't be a bad idea. Raspberry rain. Yeah, it's raspberry rain. That's exactly what it is. That's a great chocolate bar. It probably would be the killer yellow. That's a great pepper. It's super citrusy. And I'm not joking you. The one I ate, and you'll watch it on that special that I'm in. You'll see me eat it. It was at a time of year where the pods are not nearly as hot as they are during peak season. Right? Pods are smaller, they're not as hot. That's just kind of how pods are. I've been doing this for a while. I sort of know what I'm talking about, you know? And so I ate one in Tom's Garden, and way past the end, I mean, way past peak season. It was cold. And I'm telling you, it was as hot as any Reaper I've ever had. And we're talking about a yellow pepper. And yellow peppers are never as hot as red peppers. So I think it's a wonderful, wonderful pepper. Yeah, Tommy, I don't know if you guys saw this. Tommy, I don't know why you did that. Such a stupid thing to do. Tommy did a tube of terror, speed, as fast as he could. And as he was getting the last mouthful down, he took a bottle. That's the whole bottle, not just let's take the dropper off and throw the dropper away, and went, cap it, because I don't even want to play like that. He went, look, a whole bottle of tincture, and swallowed it. I wish he was sitting here next to me, because the way he talks about the cramps that he had, it's hilarious. He said if he could have pulled his knees away from his chest, he would have driven to the hospital. Funny. Chomp, have you ever thought about blending a ton of painful ingredients? Peppers, extreme sour stuff, horseradish, raw ginger, raw garlic. No. Nope. Haven't thought about doing that one. You know, the closest thing I did a gross blender. We put some rotten tofu. We put, I can't remember. Anybody here watch that video? It was me, Big Al, and College Boy. We had 3 different ingredients. I can't remember what they were. It was Icelandic shark, rotten tofu. What was the third one? Was it surströmming? Was it? It might have been surströmming. But we blended it up and drank that, and it was the grossest thing in the world. It's foul. I think I should do another one with Tommy. Swiss Vapor! See you, dude. I'm a big fan of Swiss Vapor. Yeah, Lord Kiss Freak. He did the Tube of Terror in 46 seconds. I don't think you guys have any idea what a Herculean effort that is. Really is. Pepper Pants, guitar stream soon. Yeah, maybe. This is the one, my new one that I'm playing with a lot. It's a Flying V, but it's got a carbon fiber neck. Not wood at all. It's carbon fiber. Doesn't have the problem that it only has one pickup. A lot of Flying V's have terrible neck dive because the neck is heavy and the body's not as light. And you take your hand off the strap, it does one of these numbers. This thing just sits like that. It's perfect. So I don't know. I'm still getting used to this one. I'm doing a lot of drop D stuff with it. One of these days. Brad Slater, do you think tolerance is mental or an actual physical change in your body? That is probably that's one of the better questions I've been asked. Conky Dog, good to see you. Because you can go both ways. You can say it's absolutely a physical change in your body. I don't know. You know what I mean? That's such a great question. I think the best answer is probably a combination of both of them. Because there is a change in your body. And I can tell you that because your mind is not going to, there's no mind over matter when it comes to cap cramps. You follow me? You eat too much and you have cap cramps, you can't be like, it's not going to happen today. I'm going to sit back and watch a movie. No, you're not. The cap cramps have a hold of you. Build your tolerance up, and that same pepper won't give you cap cramps. It's not because your mind is beating it. It's because your body is built to tolerance. So tolerance absolutely is a physical change in your body. That said, the mental thing that goes with it, like I was talking earlier to Loopswell. Loopswell, you've been there before. Once it's you've been there before. So the knowing mentally what you're dealing with, like I panicked that one video. I don't know if I could panic again. I've done a lot. You know what I mean? So I experienced so much what comes with heat, with everything, but with heat, Maybe if I got resident ferrotoxin, it was 8 billion or 18 billion, that would scare me. But I don't see panic mode in my future, really. It did almost kill Tommy. God, that was so funny, though. You know what, pepper plants? It is comfortable for playing because you wedge into your leg like this. But I'll tell you something. It is nothing like this one. This is the most comfortable guitar I've ever touched. If I got this when I first started playing, I would be like Eddie Van Halen now because I can't put this thing down. The contours of it's the most comfortable guitar. It weighs 4 pounds, like 4 ounces. It's so light. At the same time, it sort of feels like a tank. And listen, I've gone away for 2 weeks. I come back and it's still in tune. And I'm not even exaggerating. You know, it just feels so incredible. And the way you play it, you can play it resting this on your leg, on either leg, or putting this on one leg and this on, like kind of between your legs. It is so comfortable. And this slips into an overhead compartment without taking it apart, so you can travel with it. So really, it's a Strandberg pepper plants. Yep. It's a Bowden NX6. And I love it. And, you know, it's just, to me, here's the funny thing. People talk about pickups all the time. The biggest difference to your sound are the speakers and your amplifier. And that's the truth. There's no such thing as tone wood. You can debate that all you want. It doesn't make any difference what wood you've got. There are videos where there's nothing but a fingerboard. Sounds exactly like a big, heavy wooden body, a carbon fiber body. It doesn't make any difference. Tone comes from your hands and the speakers and your, also from your pickups, but mostly your hands and the speaker and your, just telling you. Johnny just shreds, huh? I don't know. I don't really shred. I'm not very good at it. Kind of a hack, to be honest. But here's the deal. I like it. When I hear a song that I like, I'm working on a couple Metallica songs right now. And when you can duplicate a song and get a sound to come out exactly like it's supposed to, that's thrilling. Even if it's crap, if it's the right notes in the right sequence, it's like. So I'm not very good, but it makes me happy. So, yeah. My brother was talking today. He was talking. There's certain people that do what they're born to do. You know, like Eddie. His comment was funny. I was sitting here watching the show and I laughed. Eddie Van Halen was not supposed to be a school teacher. You know, that dude was supposed to play guitar. I don't know what my thing is. I don't know if it's to eat peppers or sit here and talk to people. I don't know what it is. I really don't. It sure isn't playing guitar, though. I can tell you that. But it is a maple fingerboard. But honestly, it brings me wicked joy. It's got jumbo frets. It's just, the fan fretboard is something you don't even notice it's there. It takes like all of 2 seconds to get used to it. It's very, very cool. Dollar Silver, what's it like to get that first endorphin rush? Was it like, out of curiosity, and what were you eating? The very first significant one, there's a video of it. I ate 8, I think the title is called Surviving 8 Carolina Reapers. I'd had little ones before. The first one I got, Tommy, if you're still watching, the very first one I ever got in life, you said my very first one. Oh, this is my first one. The very first one ever, I was with my dad, my mom, my brother Tommy, and my sister, and we were at Papa Gino's. Tommy's, I'm sure he's smiling because he's laughing right now. I don't know if you remember this. We used to go to this pizza joint, and it was flat, greasy, New York style pizza. It was great pizza. But I was sitting there, and I don't know if Tommy remembers this, but I sat there with red pepper, and I put that much red pepper on it. My dad's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm putting red pepper on it." He goes, "You're not going to eat that." I said, "Yeah, I am." He goes, "You better. You put it on there." And it wasn't so much that I wanted to, but I wasn't going to throw it out because it was a pride thing at this point. So I ate the whole thing. It was way too hot, and it was way too much. I was probably 13. The best of my recollection, I think I was probably like 13 years old. This is what I'm thinking. Maybe 14. Tommy, remember that time frame when we were going there a lot? Do you think that was like, I think it was like 13 or 14. I don't know. But I remember sitting at the table. I think our mom's mom and dad were there too. I think they were there too. In fact, I'm positive they were there. Because I remember looking around the table. I remember thinking, no, it was in West Lev, bro. West Lebanon. In that strip mall. That's where it was, trust me. But I remember sitting at the table looking around and thinking, do they, like, first of all, thinking, wow, what is going on? Because physically I could feel it, like that rush going through my body. Then I remember looking around thinking, do they know? Does anybody? Then I remember thinking, are they feeling this too? And I'm thinking, it has to be because of those peppers. You know, and that was the first time it ever happened. I remember just thinking, wow, that was really good. No, it wasn't White River Junction, man. I'm telling you. It was right after you go, when you're going to New Hampshire, right after you go over the river. That's West Lebanon. You go over the river, over the bridge, you hook a left. We're talking about the same place. We're just saying it wrong. I was in my teens. Okay, so I was probably 13, 14, something like that. Maybe even 15. No, it couldn't be 15. It was either 13 or 14. Anyway, I had my first 2 weeks ago. So I was having heaping them out of Scarlet Death. Man, oh man. And Reaping Havoc from Linda McNew. I went from a 6 to a 10 and to a 0 to 10. It was fun. Kept pushing though, and the pains. Wow. Isn't that cool, Dollar Silver? Jake Von Clapp. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate it. Thank you, Jake. But Dollar Silver, that's one of the coolest things about a pepper, the endorphin rush, is that the pain you feel just goes like this. And it's gone. Just like that. Like somebody had a plunger and they just shot you with something. It's just instantaneous. I had one where I was probably at like an 8 out of 10 on my scale. And the reason that's so unusual is because, number one, I have a really unusual tolerance for pain. I just do. So rarely do I ever get to an 8. Usually it's a health issue, a physical issue, not peppers. But it's very difficult to get to an 8. But it's even more difficult to get to an 8 and not have an endorphin rush. That's almost scary. So I don't remember what video. I think I was with David. It may have been at the office. It may have been here. I don't know. But I was probably at like an 8. I just ate one more pepper. And I went from an 8 or a 9 to a 0. I mean, just when I tell you it's like, I'm not exaggerating. When I tell you it's like blinking your eyes, I swear to you, it's like blinking your eyes. I went from out of control pain to all of a sudden, and it's almost confusing because you're in this mindset where everything hurts, and then all of a sudden you're like, you just don't need to think like that anymore. It's amazing. It feels incredible. Either way, your older brother's always right. How funny. Now, you know the funny thing about Tommy? And I'm not just saying this because he's listening. Although it would be a lot better if you'd log off for about 3 minutes. Now, he's one of the smartest people I know. He's obviously my brother, but I mean, we've worked together so many times in so many different spaces, different capacities and realms, and we've had businesses together, but I think the best thing about him is that I'm so proud of him right now. I really am. It's the coolest thing in the world. Hello from Vermont. Amy Hakey. Cut it out. Where in Vermont are you from? Because no matter where you are, the lifeboat there in the stream and myself will probably know somebody. Good to see you, Amy. Seriously, very curious. Tell me where in Vermont you are. Yeah, Mr. Wolf. It wasn't always like that, though. You know that? I'm going to talk about that on the Bus Pass. I started a series where I'm going through the whole thing. There was a time that my brother and I were like 2 Japanese fighting fish, for real. But it was a lot of calendars ago. Any new products in the works? Yeah, lots. I'm working on 3 products for Chase the Heat. David Foy's, collectively we're working on, I think, 4 or 5 new things. Here's the problem. We're just busy. It's not a problem. Swanton. I'm a fool. I don't know anybody from Swanton. But that's way north. Almost near Grand Isle, right? Is that near Grand Isle, Amy? 6 miles from the Canadian border. Goodness gracious, that is. Boy, you know what? Winter is long when you live there. Like we grew up in Woodstock, and winters were long. But when you're living up there in Swanton, it's like this. Guys, it's summer and it's fall. It doesn't last long, boy. You know, the funny thing about Vermont is, and Amy's going to go, oh my gosh, he did live there. Every place in the United States has 4 seasons. Your winter, spring, summer, fall. In Vermont, they got 5. Winter, spring, summer, fall. Right after winter, though, you got your mud season. And I'm not joking. It's a thing. Everything is brown and slushy and gray and nasty. Everything is melting, and it's brutal. Yes, way north, about 30 minutes from Grand Isle. So I do know where you are. I know where you are. Very cool. Yeah, I have a friend, Sydney. I have a friend. Tommy knows. Tommy. I ran a pizza joint in Burlington, Vermont. I worked with a woman named Cindy, and she lived in Grand Isle. Very cool. But Vermont's a trippy place, man. Vermont, you got to know, I was in Vermont as a wee little lad. Out there, it's not the same place. Of course, I guess you can say that about every place. Yeah, pothole season's a thing, too. They're Burmese tiger pits in Vermont. They're brutal. Listen, I lived... Different series. Vermont's a beautiful place, though. There's no doubt about that. Man, oh, wow. We went way over. Sorry, we went over, and I feel really bad. We got to wrap this thing up, you guys. I didn't mean to keep us here this long. I'm sorry. I love all of you. Thank you for taking the time to hang out with me. Let me ask you guys a quick question before I wrap up. You guys want to do this tomorrow? Because if you want, we'll do this again tomorrow at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You guys think? If I get a couple of yeses, we'll do another live stream tomorrow. Loopswell, thanks for joining in. Thanks for your questions and your interaction. It was great. I missed it. Oh no, Dr. Snuffleupagus, do me a favor. December night, Sky says yes, please. Heck yes, says Swiss Vapor. Yes. Okay. Chili Mama Bird, still with me. All right, so look, here's the deal. We'll do another live stream tomorrow, you guys. Dr. Snuffleupagus, I'm sorry that you missed out on this one and it went by quickly. Tomorrow we'll be back in. What we'll do is I'm going to be on on Tommy's live stream. As soon as Tommy's stream's over, I'll pop over here, all right? I love you guys so much. Thank you for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. All the normal stuff at the end of this. Who loves you?